Here's the story on Twitter suspending conservatives. David Horowitz was suspended. Then he was reinstated. Here's the tweet from Mr. Horowitz after Twitter reinstated his account. Here's what they said. Here's what he said. I protested my suspension this morning, and I've received an email from Twitter saying it was a mistake and unsuspending me. In the meantime, I've lost my Twitter feed with 62,000 followers. David Horowitz himself is with us. He's the author of the book, Dark Agenda, The War to Destroy Christian America. David, what exactly did you say that got you suspended?
Well, I just pointed out that I hadn't violated their rules. Their rules are you can't attack a person for their ethnicity, their race, their gender. I hadn't attacked anybody like that. I was responding to Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, who basically said the United States should not be supporting Israel and blaming Israel for the Palestinian 700 rocket attacks on civilians in Israel. And I just said, oh, so then we can get back to killing Jews. That was my tweet. Anyway, I protested, and they wrote an apologetic letter in the afternoon apologizing, saying it was a mistake and it had to do with confusion with spam, which I knew it didn't. The next day, they suspended me again for the same tweet, and then they made the same apology. So, you know, they're stupid and incompetent, which makes it even more dangerous. But the serious threat is coming from the Democratic Party. That's where the pressure on these tech companies are. Kamala Harris just at the NAACP, you know, called for this war on hate speech. Well, Democrats think that everything, if you disagree with them on anything, that it's hate speech.
It's a way of shutting down the conversation.
You know, if you want borders, you're a racist.
Yeah, look, it's a way of cutting down and stopping the debate. Call somebody a name, racist, sexist, homophobic, whatever it is, and that shuts down the debate. And it gets you suspended from Twitter. You don't trust them, do you? You don't trust social networks to allow genuine free speech.
No, there should be no censorship. And yeah, there would be hate speech. And I think the vax thing also. Misinformation is out there. It can be refuted. It can be answered. We have to submit to this discipline in a democracy, because one person's dissent is another person's hate speech, and the Democratic Party it's marching towards a one-party state. That they don't want borders. They want illegal immigrants to vote. They want convicted terrorists to vote. They want children to vote, and at the polls they don't want you to have an ID. So if you agree with them, you can vote 100 times.
What can we do about this?
We have to fight the Democrats. I mean, I have to bring the, it sounds very partisan, but that's the reality. You don't have a single Democrat standing up and saying the most fundamental freedom we have is the First Amendment. It's the freedom of conscience and free speech, because if you don't have free speech, you can't defend any of your freedoms. And this book I've written, Dark Agenda, about the war against Christians, that's what it's about. They didn't close Chick-fil-A in El Paso Airport because they make bad chicken. Okay. They did it because the Chick-fil-A's philanthropic arm supports nonprofit policy groups that express their Christian views.
David,
well, if Christian views are hate speech, and Buttigieg, attacked probably the most decent man in politics, Mike Pence, over this. He doesn't like his Christian beliefs.
Okay.
Well, in democracy, we don't like somebody else's beliefs, so we argue with them.
Okay.
And
look,
if you don't have that freedom,
I don't know how you define
over.
Hate speech, and I don't know how you allow real free speech where you can say what you like. I mean, the debate will obviously continue. There's no way around it. David, look, thanks very much for being with us and sharing your story. I do appreciate that.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Yeah, you come and see us again, please. Thanks very much.
All right.